6:01 a.m., 17th of July, 2026. It's nice to film and nice to talk, which I could not do at my prior residence of 2219 Sherman Street. Never, never, never. So this is what I've always done. I'll make a TV channel out of whatever I'm publishing, whatever a platform. It's like a TV channel. So I like to do it, okay? It's not a burden. So this is summer, yeah, but no, it's so beautiful here. Which, sure, let's film and talk about that too, but not right now. It's really, really pretty here, okay? I've written and made clear all the complaints about the weather here, but we need to really, really also be fair and say how pretty it is, because if you were to leave here and not notice how pretty the peninsula is, then you got some character issues, maybe a character defect that's really hindering you, and it could become problematic, man. So I'm not trying to have such a huge character defect that I can't see a beautiful habitat in front of me, you know? I'm just making a statement on that here. But what I need to say, and it's time to say it, is the extremely mentally ill. I hate to say mentally ill, but it is an American Medical Association term. It's a medical term that was taken and used in a negative way through our media. Okay, so unfortunately, every 5-year-old at home knows this medical term, and they connotate it and they use it abusively. It's intended for the negative. It's not what it is. It's literally a term that doctors who study medicine for 8 years use on a daily basis when they need to write the term. So that's how I see it when I use it. So the mentally ill woman in Legion who had this crazy outburst, screaming, hysterical, violent, just, I don't even have a word, outburst. I've never seen outbursts like this until I was there by the mentally ill. No, I haven't. She then carried that outburst into the skate park a block away, where you could hear her in terms of speech doing blood curdling screams. In terms of speech, that was how loud you could hear her through the whole town, screaming about Mars being stuck on the planet, so on and so forth. This morning I was informed of more insight into her, okay? And this is testing my tolerance, because she was letting me know very, very, almost angry, but this is her illness. I think she's really angry and scared of others. That's my impression. Which this fear then can escalate to tear, and you can see the tear come out with her when she's terrified that she can't get off the planet. She has to get to Mars. She's stuck on the planet, so on and so forth. Okay, like yesterday, and she really believed that she had to get back to Mars. I've never seen that before, but you know, people do have these kind of moments if they're extremely mentally ill, okay? So this morning my tolerance is being tested, because you want to have empathy and care for people who are that vulnerable, because she's vulnerable and because of her illness. And apparently the devil is part of this alien attack. She doesn't exactly think the devil is one of the aliens attacking, but she's convinced the devil's on the planet. And she's convinced the devil is Jewish. and she'll be extremely racist. She's a racist. Like, if you were to talk to a sane person who could, pass a psych exam, you would say this person's just a feverish racist. They really believe, Jewish people are some sort of Satan or something. Like, that is what she was telling me, but she's not capable of passing a psych exam. So I tried to not get really, really, really offended. But she was telling me, and she will go into detail because she's convinced of it, into all this rambling detail about Hebrew this and bringing up terms of Hebrew words, and she's just letting me know that Satan's Jewish. So that was all it took, and I just said goodbye. I said we better get off the planet, and I excused myself. I tried to play with her, to be polite and get away. Oh, okay, goodbye. I better get off the planet, and I got out of her area, and I stopped discussing anything with her. I wanted to see if she was okay, and that was a mistake. So I know not to talk to her because she is, yes, extremely mentally ill, yes, and a feverish racist who's convinced that Jewish people are literally a satanic force. The devil himself is Jewish. That's not the case, but what do you do? And so that's what I'm sitting out on the view here. And I'm trying to think, wow, that was a real test that God gave you, because you were guided and you have a heart to help people. And then look at this. How do you help someone who is so racist, who would do harm to people who are Jewish, Black, Spanish, Chinese, what other races, Indian? Wow. Just harm them, but believe it's probably because she has to go back to another planet. So what I would tell her doctor is that she has really hateful beliefs about other people who are Black and brown. Because those kind of hateful, fearful beliefs with a schizophrenic can become violent in a hot minute. Most schizophrenics are really nonviolent, and unfortunately, most schizophrenics like her, on a normal statistical way, have violence done to them. People perpetrate violence on them because they're vulnerable. But then you hear in the news, right, the newspaper, this and that schizophrenic did this or that with a knife. That's the ones that believe fearful, paranoid, hateful beliefs of other people. And her, so I've got more insight, she has a lot of hate, a lot of fear, and a lot of paranoia, convinced that Jews and Blacks are Satan. I just excused myself from her and left the room.